The first four UFA 2025 playoff games are over, and we got a special divisional round coming up. Let's talk about it.
I need dogs. Understood.
Yes, sir.
This is the first chance we've had this kind of pressure in a long time. We wanted these refs. We wanted this challenge. Okay, it is hard. But we are here to do hard things. That is why we play these games. That's why we play at this level. We are dogs and we are winners, and we are good at doing hard things. So when we step out of this locker room, it is looking forward, and it is looking physical, and it is looking fast. Understood? Let's do it.
What is going on, guys? It's your host, Coleman here, and the divisional rounds are set here in the UFA. If you guys haven't already, do me a big favor and hit that like button and subscribe here to Coleman Sports and the Shredhead. We're on the road to 1,000 over on Coleman Sports 23, and we're on the road to 100 on the Shredhead. So, yeah. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you don't miss another live stream here on Coleman Sports and the Shredhead. 4 games today, 4 results. Well, the divisional round is all set up. Let's talk about the games that happened today and the upcoming games here in the UFA 2025 playoffs. First, here are the 4 games and the scores that happened over the weekend. On July 26th, 2020. New York Empire and the DC Breeze matching up again, this time in the first round of the East playoffs. DC with a dominant 23-12 win over the mighty New York Empire. DC finally getting a hold of New York. Absolute domination from start to finish. It felt like New York never was really in this game. New York's offense did not look good, and DC was able to just continue to find ways to get breaks off of bad throws and miscues by New York, and a couple good blocks as well by the DC Breeze. And DC moving on to face the 1 seed Boston Glory. The second game of the day, this game started at the same time, but second game of the day, Madison Radicals and the Minnesota Wind Chill. This was looking really bad at the start, and it was bad. But Minnesota went up by 6 goals early, and Madison did not quit. They cut it to a 2-goal game, and then after that, it was just all Minnesota. They were able to fight back and go back up by 6. They won by 6 at home. The 2 seed Minnesota Wind Chill beat the 3 seed Madison Radicals, and they move on to play the league's only undefeated team, the Chicago Union, in the Central Division Championship. The third game of the day, the San Diego Growlers, the 3rd seed in the South, taking on the Austin Soul, who I called overrated in my last playoff preview, and said that the Growlers, the 3 seed, were going to upset the 2 seed Austin Soul. And oh boy, was I right. Austin Soul was a little overhyped, and they were frauds. They lost, and San Diego Growlers get the upset as the 3 seed, and they will take on the 1 seed Atlanta Hustle in Atlanta. Last time they played, it went to double overtime, y'all. That could be a really good South Division Championship there in Atlanta. Moving on to the Wild West, where the Colorado Summit never felt like they were in this game. Oakland Spiders from start to finish, dominant on both sides of the disc. Colorado, 1 goal in the first quarter. It was 6-1 after one. Colorado did have a better second half, but Spiders just never felt like they were out of this, and they move on to play my Salt Lake Shred, the 1 seed in the West, in Harriman, Utah, in Zions Bank Stadium. Y'all see right there. That's gonna be great. We're gonna be live for that, of course, on Coleman Sports and the Shredhead as well. But what a day it was in Frisbee. Some blowouts, a lot of blowouts. Let's be real. If it's over a 5-goal game in Frisbee, it's a blowout. They were all blowouts. San Diego Growlers and Austin Soul was actually watchable. The others, not so much. We were live for the playoffs for like 5 hours, so that was pretty freaking fun. Appreciate everybody that was in that stream. But let's get to the divisional rounds, the division championship games here in the UFA that will be starting August 8th, I believe, and 9th. I don't remember which ones are on the 8th and which ones are on the 9th. We're just going to go over them straight like that. Salt Lake Shred and Oakland, we're going to start with them. I think the Shred can win this. Of course they can win this. They're the number 1 seed in the West for a reason. They have the best offense in the league. You could argue, but they have the best offense in the league, in my opinion. No bias. Watch them play, you would know. Like, they have the best offense in the league. Chad Jorgensen playing like an MVP. Matt Rusnagel probably going to win Most Improved Player. Coach of the Year, Bryce Merrill, most likely. Jordan Kerr. Jordan Kerr, previous years, he was the guy that the Shred would just go to. When they're close to the end zone, they find Kerr. And Kerr is able to sneak it in zone. Now it's multiple guys that are finding ways to get hucks and throwing. Nate DeMorgan absolutely unleashing bombs down the field to guys like Alex Forsberg and Kimball Pugh. Kimball Pugh to Alex Forsberg connection has been happening lately. It's very weird. Shred O-line looking more dangerous than previous years, and that's why the number 1 offense in the league. Yet to lose to Oakland in their history. It's their 4th year in their history. 8-0 versus Oakland. They can make it 9-0. And I think they will. Give me the Shred to win 26-24 in a good game in Zions Bank Stadium. To move on to championship weekend, which is held in Madison, Wisconsin. Next up, the South Division, the Atlanta Hustle and the San Diego Growlers. Atlanta, give me Atlanta to take down the Hustle by 3 or 4 goals. We'll say 20. High scoring game, 29-26. Give me Atlanta to move on to championship weekend. The Boston Glory taking on the DC Breeze. Give me DC to get the upset, the only upset I have in this divisional round because I got Chicago winning, but we'll talk about them later. Give me Boston here to lose to DC. DC looked amazing against New York, and I think they're going to carry that defensive pressure over to Boston and find a win on the road. Chicago's just undefeated. It's going to be hard for Minnesota to beat them. Minnesota, of course, winning the championship last year. It's definitely possible. They knocked them off last year in the Central Division Championship. But I got the undefeated Chicago Union, the best defense in the league, knocking off the defending champs and making it to champ weekend. But, yeah. We'll come out with, once the divisional round's over, we'll come out with champ weekend predictions. But I got all my predictions for every game right in the first round, even the upset from San Diego. But yeah, semifinals predictions coming up. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys haven't already, before you leave, hit that like button. It helps out with the algorithm. It's free, so it's so easy. Just click it and subscribe if you're new. If you like what you see, big UFA fan here. And yeah, we'll have some more UFA content coming as we get closer to championship weekend and closer to one champion. It's been your favorite Ginger I'm Coleman Sports. I'm out. Peace.
I need dogs. Understood.
Yes, sir.
This is the first chance we've had this kind of pressure in a long time. We wanted these rests. We wanted this challenge. Okay, it is hard. But we are here to do hard things. That is why we play these games. That's why we play at this level. We are dogs and we're winners, and we are good at doing hard things. So when we step out of this locker room, it is looking forward, and it is looking physical, and it is looking fast. Understood?
Yes, sir.